Hey, what's going on? It's me, Slippery Mate. It's a PoE video without any single PoE client running, which is to say it's a spreadsheet video, and you're going to be happy with it because that's how PoE players are. Here's my Scry data. I don't know if you know this, but I made a Scry data thing. I put it in my community page, and I flashed it for a microsecond in the middle of the previous video, but I figured I'd do a more specific breakdown on to why you shouldn't use it, or you should use it, or you should just look at it and be like, that's interesting, moving on. You know, this is I do weird maths like this in spreadsheets to help me make choices in game. They don't have to be the best choices typically. I mean, okay, this is the weights of div cards based on old stacked deck data, because you can't use current stacked deck data because stacked decks no longer work the way the div card drops work, or they never did. It's confusing. Also, it uses Ninja pricing. Anyway, I imported everything into this, and there was 2 errors because I used the div chords stuff, which I'm not saying there were errors in this. Maybe there were early on when I copied them across. I could have just done it manually through looking at the atlas and looking at where div card drops. I've got a headache, so if I'm talking slower than usual, that's why. There was a couple of errors which I fixed, which then made it so that burial chambers is no longer the 3rd best thing based on my maths. It's now the 6th best thing. Weirdly, siege shows up quite a fair bit in long-term and short-term. Okay, yeah, get to the point. So people are like, but what about Moon Temple? But what about Mesa? But what about, I'm like, listen, this is my shitty maths. You shouldn't trust my shitty maths. You should just look at it and go, that's interesting. You should scry whatever fucking map you want to scry. You should scry whatever fun thing you want to scry. You should just not scry anything if you're running. Don't scry Mesa anywhere, because Mesa's already the perfect map. You can run straight to the boss, you kill it, then you run around and do the altars. Anyway, I normalized them. I don't think you should normalize them because the drops. Okay, let me explain a bit more. It uses the weights of each card, right? And then you total them all up to get the sum for that map. So then this is the total sum chance. So when a div card drops, it goes into this wheel of 8,000 possible things, and then the weight 7,000 of 770. The majority of the time, 7,013 in the 8,110 times that you drop a div card in Bone Crypt, it's going to be the summoner. That's how that works, more or less. So if we go to something like, people like, why not Mesa? Well, Mesa has the Fortunate, which is what you're talking about, and it does have 1,000 drop chance, but it's also got 16,000 things in the pool. Sorry, let me turn off my text. It's got 16,000 things in the pool, and so you have a 1 in an 8, a 1 in 16 chance to get a 12th of 2 divs, versus in burial chambers you have a 50 in 3,000 chance to get 5 divs. So mathematically you're earning 0.2 chaos every div drop, versus in Mesa, you're earning 0.001 chaos every div card drop. So long term, these are the best ones based on my maths. Normalized is like comparing. Normalized doesn't make sense. Someone's like, why don't you normalize it? It doesn't make any sense to normalize the data, because then you're comparing all of the different maps together as if it was coming from stacked decks. It's not coming from stacked decks. We don't need to normalize. It doesn't make any sense. You know, I'm not going to delete it. I'm just going to like, we'll just leave it there. You know, the more ways that you can like make graphs and get perspectives on data, the better. There's no one right answer because everyone's got a different thing that they want to do. I am going to farm a fuck ton of maps this league. Therefore, long-term solutions would be best for me because I just want the best choice long-term. If you're only going to play a couple maps, couple hours, you're got a full-time job, you only want to play casually, that's fine. Short-term scrying options are for you. These ignore the jackpots, which means consistently in the short term, you will make more money than I will make in the short term. But in the long term, I will make more money than you because I'm preying on actually hitting those jackpots. Whereas you're like mapping, you don't necessarily want to put apothecaries on your map. You're never going to see an apothecary. You want to put You want to scry coral ruins? Why in the fuck? No, this also isn't gonna work. It's not the best scoring system that I've done because I only eliminated the biggest earner, which means that something like Moon Temple, you're gonna go, oh my god, Moon Temple's #1. Those people that were scrying Moon Temple early on that I talked about, like in a couple of videos ago, they were right? Because it's shown up in the list now. But no, I only removed one jackpot. Moon Temple has 3 good div cards, but all of them have incredibly low drop rates. One not good div card with a slightly higher drop rate. So yes, if you are going to drop a div card in Moon Temple, odds are it's going to be worth something, but they're a lot rarer, which is something you have to account for. I don't know how to account for it. This is really confusing and hard maths. I got no idea. If you want this spreadsheet, I will put it in the description, and you can just make a copy and like, if you could make a better scoring system, link it to me. I don't know, man. I was gonna do burial chambers, but now that I've redone the list because burial chambers had a typo, and I think honestly, I think Moon Temple had a typo. There might be more typos in here because it's like pulling from a different thing, which is pulling from a different thing, which is pulling from. It's a clusterfuck. But there might be some other weird typos in here. But yeah, I'm gonna probably do Residence, Ancient City, Defile Cathedral, and I don't know if on my 4th one. I want to scrap 4 maps this league. That's my goal, so I can do a trigonometry of flip-flops. Trigonometry, that's 3. Doesn't matter. So I don't know what my 3rd one will be. Maybe Siege, because it scores highly in short and long term. I don't know. But Residence is bait, I think, because the Nimbus card will go down in value, and this isn't automatically updating based on div prices. It was at first, but since I added more columns, I can't sort the dot. Like, this entire section, if you're going to import this, is useless. You need to go into this section where I haven't organized by, because I was organizing by the scores, like highest to lowest, so I could extract the top 10 and put it down here. This is all useless. You need to go into here where it's organized by tier of map, and over here it's not organized at all, and I should label it better. This is like the original scoring system. This is the jackpot removed scoring system. This is the normalized original normalized. I'm not tired. And then this is what the jackpot removed normalized. But normalized doesn't matter. Anyway, yeah, Residence, I think, is bait because the Nimbus card will go down in value, probably. Moon Temple is probably good because of the many possible high-ish value. Okay, maybe 2 of them are high value. So I guess the jackpot removed deleted this one, and then it was like, wow, this probably still the best map because it's got this other jackpot that I didn't work to. I should just have removed jackpots above 50C, and then, well, that's a new category. Oh my god, we're gonna remove jackpots above 50C. Shit, how the hell am I gonna do that? I suppose I could. How? I could take the total and then minus this if it's above. But how would you? I can't think of it. Now, I'm going to leave it to professionals that know how spreadsheets work to figure this out, and I'm going to end this video with a question of, these are the ones I am going to scribe, but having a look at, maybe I should just do Siege. Anyway, thanks. I hope you liked the whatever this was. I'm going to go to bed now. Goodbye.